Hi, it's just a knitted lady. I was talking about making washcloths. One on the left is wet, that's why it's a little darker pink. And then there's the other one, and I use the pattern for granny square. It's a little lopsided, but who cares? It's only a washcloth. So I like that pattern with the granny square though. I'm gonna have to use that again. So I will talk to you later. Hi everybody, I don't know if you can hear me. It's Trisha, the knitting lady. I'm at Kamoka, I think that's how you say it, State Park, and this is the Tomoka River. I'm going to show more scenes or more of the river. One moment. Okay, here we go. In fact, there's a bench here. I could sit and watch the river for a while if I wanted to. Does anybody want to live on a little island in the middle of the river? Could camp there, I'm sure. This is where I'm going to go in next to see what they have. Just being nosy. I was riding along, came to this little alcove. There's a picnic table here, and you could sit here and, you know, probably eat something or whatever you catch. You could fillet it. This is so peaceful. There's hardly anybody here in the park so far. Look at the roots on those trees. I'm always fascinated by trees, vegetation. Always amazed at contrast in color. Within all these greens is, I assume, is a dead branch. It's all gray. Look like it's reaching out to you. Well, I am back now. I took a little ride looking for a Dollar Tree. I found Goodwill. I'll have to show you what I got at Goodwill. Then I went into Winn-Dixie for a couple things. Of course, I didn't look at my list, and one thing I need, I didn't get. Oh well. But I overheard the guy in Winn-Dixie saying, 4 o'clock it's gonna pour. Well, it's a little after 3, and it's starting, the wind is starting up, and it is gonna pour. Well, I found this at Goodwill for only $5. It would be a good lamp for my desk, and you can plug the, I have something plugged in to extend to my phone, and there's little compartments right here where I could put paper clips and things like that, so that's good. I found a French press for $3 at Goodwill as well. I had gave my other one away. I bought last year on Amazon. It just never seemed to filter the coffee right. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to give this away. Can't see moving it. I'll find another one. So let me try it out. Okay, here comes the rain. Wash off the cars. Guess what came? My Santa bag from Lion Brand. So let me show you what came in the bag. A little disappointed, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I wanted the bag more than anything. Okay, this is I'm mostly disappointed in. This hook, off the hook, you can make, I guess, like a little rug. It looks like a heart. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Okay, I got 3 of these basic stitch in the color cayenne pepper, hot, hot, hot. And it is, how many yards? 219 yards. It's all acrylic. Takes J-hook, I have to see what I can make with that. And the other one is Boogie Nights, which is, to tell you the truth, I always wanted to try. It's all acrylic too. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of all acrylic yarn, but I'll make something with it. It's 149 yards each, and it takes a K hook, I believe. And the color is High Roller. Wow, I'm a high roller. I like this. So that's it for the Santa bag. Anybody knows what I can do with that other stuff, let me know. If I need all three of them to make something, I'm going to have to look at it a little bit more. But a little disappointed. It's Trisha. I'm happy to report that the French press works great. And I am enjoying a nice cup of coffee. That is usually my drink of choice. I have to watch how much coffee I drink every day, because if I had my choice or my druthers, whatever, I would drink coffee all day, which is not good. So if anybody has dealt with that unhooked yarn before, let me know how it is. I know I watched a video with Crystal from Bag-A-Day putting together something with that. I think it was last year, but anyway, so here's my coffee cup with P. Of course, my name's Patricia, as my father would say, Patricia. And people say, how do you spell Trisha? Well, if you can spell Patricia, just take the P-A off. A lot of people spell it differently, but I prefer the spelling T-R-I-C-I-A. My father, with his accent from the Bronx, he was born and raised in the Bronx, and I was born in the Bronx. People say, well, how come it's not Bronx? I said, no, you have to say the Bronx. It's like that Saturday Night Live skit with the Bears. It's the Bronx. My son has friends who still live in the Bronx. New York, New York, New York. It's a hell of a town. So I haven't read from the Daily Book of Positive Quotations lately, and this is for today, and it's Keeping Quiet. July 2nd. There's nothing wrong with having nothing to say unless you insist on saying it. And that's by Anonymous. The people we dread sitting next to at parties aren't the silent ones. However reticent the person next to us may be, we can usually find something to say. Or we can at least sit there in quiet companionship. No, the people we dread are the ones who insist on filling every moment with the sound of their own voices. They babble on about everything while saying nothing, and we can't wait to find an excuse to get away from them. And the affirmation is, I don't need to fill in every gap in every conversation. I can listen to others or just sit quietly. No one will think there's something wrong with me if I'm quiet. But they might if I insist on talking all the time. Well, I don't know. I would say I'm mostly a quiet person. And I've been put down because I'm quiet. Oh, you're quiet. Oh, please. I'm one of those people, I can talk to you, have a whole conversation, not tell you one thing about myself. That's why when people say to me, oh, I know all about you. No, you don't. Unless I let you in on details, you really don't. So, I know I'm shaking the camera. You know what? I'm not sure if I flushed that spider down the drain this morning in my shower, or if he took one look at me naked and leapt willingly to his death. Poor spider. took one look at me. Hey, yipes. So, yesterday was the 1st of July, and it was the birthday of Pamela Anderson, was born in 1967. Dan Aykroyd was born in 1952. And Princess Diana was her birthday. She would have been 60. She was born in 1961 and 1997. Did you see that statue of her they unveiled? Yeah. I thought it should have been done in bronze. Not bronze, in marble. I wasn't crazy about it. I thought it was a little disappointing. But that's my opinion. I didn't carve it, so I shouldn't say a thing. And on July 1st, 1963, the United States Post Office introduced a 5-digit zip code. And I always remember that first came out because I was always one for writing letters. Most of my relatives lived in another state. We were in New Jersey at that time, and most of my relatives were either in New York City or in Pennsylvania. So I remember you had to write the address out right, especially for New York City. You had to include the borough. Now, the zip code makes it easier. And did you know the International Space Station is about the size of a football field? Fahrenheit 451 is a book named for the temperature at which what happens. And that's the temperature at which paper burns. It's by Ray Bradbury. I don't know if you've ever read the book. It's a dystopian novel. He wrote in 1953. And he made a movie out of it as well. I know I was talking about dystopian novels the other day. And today is July 2nd. It's the birthday of Lindsay Lohan. She was born in 1986. And Thurgood Marshall was born in 1908, died in 1993. Great Supreme Court Justice. And what's the only mammal that's born with horns? And that would be a giraffe. I tell you, I think giraffes are so cute. Whenever I go to a zoo, I have to go see the giraffes. They're one of my favorite animals. I remember going to the safari park in Disney World, and we got really close to a giraffe. And it's just amazing how big, tall they are. And now, what's the use of the horns on the giraffe? The function is, scientists believe they aid in regulating temperature. Okay? And whose tombstone reads, "I may be gone, but rock and roll lives on." Now, when I first saw that, I said, oh, that must be a musician. Well, it wasn't. It was John Belushi. So that's on his gravestone. There's skull and what are they? Crossbones above the inscription, and died at the age of 33. He was so talented. And boy, could he move for such a big man. Amazing. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed my travels today. And anybody, like I said, anybody has any other ideas about that first yarn I showed. But I'm glad I got my Santa bag. What I'm going to do when I get the rest of my yarn down here is put all my Christmas yarn in that Santa bag. And then save it for Christmas, of course, when I give gifts out. I don't know who's going to be at my house for Christmas or not. We'll see. We'll see how the weather goes. If the weather is cold this winter up north, I might have a house full of company. This past winter in Wilmington wasn't warm at all. It was just amazing. Jerry and he had flown down, and we went up to Asheville, and there was snow on the ground. which didn't make him too happy. It's like, I flew south and it's snow on the ground. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.